Weekly vlog number 19. I was actually going to start this video with some retarded bagel joke, but I'm not going to. So there is actually stuff that happened this week. Yay! It's not a whole lot though. I guess I'll start with Borderlands since I've been playing a lot of Borderlands on my laptop. And yeah, after last week's video, I actually started cranking up the settings on Borderlands and I found that I can turn every settings on the maximum and still get a playable frame rate, which is actually kind of cool. The only ones I can't turn to the maximum settings, which is basically just turning them on, is ambient occlusion and dynamic shadows. Dynamic shadows reduce the frame rate a lot more than ambient occlusion does, but even ambient occlusion, it still reduces it enough that I'd prefer having the higher frame rate because I think it reduces it by 6 or 8 frames a second instead of cutting it in half like dynamic shadows does. It still looks okay without that stuff. It would look a lot better with, but it's a cheapo laptop that I got for recording this audio, which is what I'm doing right now, and my dog was licking his cone. And I actually didn't expect the laptop to be used for gaming. I knew it would be able to do something on some lower settings because it has an APU, and I know how the APU works, I know what it is, and I know it's not the same thing as using a freaking CPU and some motherboard integrated graphics garbage, so I knew it would be able to actually handle something worth a damn. So, I don't know, I am just a little surprised at how much it's able to push out of that first Borderlands game. And so far, I think I went through the main game. I also went through the Zombie DLC and the Underdome DLC. Yes, I did Underdome on my own single player because I didn't want to disable God mode on that game. So, I'm cheating my ass off. That's okay, because cheating on a game you've already beaten without cheats before is fine. It gives you another reason to play. So the next thing, let's start with the least annoying of them, the least negative, is my dog. He had some spots on his back legs that were hurting to the touch, so you touch it, he would whine and go crazy and stuff, but I wasn't able to shave the area. I washed it off and everything. I don't know how he got hurt. I guess it's possible that because there was a cat out in the backyard as well, and he and my mom and dad's dog ended up chasing that cat a little bit just until it was out of the yard. But I guess when they went out of my sight, my dog kept going a little bit. I think he was just trying to have a little fun. I don't think he would have hurt the cat, but I guess it probably scratched him on his thighs or something because both of his thighs were hurt in a way they shouldn't have been hurt. And so because I wasn't able to really shave the area off so it could heal, I tried doing the stupid thing, and I have been removing his cones so he can do that for himself, and so far it's actually worked really well. He's just been chewing like crazy, just almost non-stop each day for the last few days. He's just been chewing like crazy, and he's removed a lot of fur, but even though he's removed that fur, the area around it's actually now healing really nice because that fur isn't in the way, and that fur can't actually be there in order for it to heal properly, which is why I've been shaving him off every time he ended up getting hurt or something. But I'm gonna be trying to do this, just letting him chew for a while and see how much fur he actually chews off. And I'm actually also gonna see if he will be able to just have the cones off permanently. I don't know. I've been putting them on him whenever I go to sleep. I want to keep an eye on him when the cones are off because chewing problem, obviously, but I want to make sure he doesn't go psycho. And I want to see if he can actually have those cones off permanently, even though he's chewing all the time, and it's a little annoying, and it still worries me that he's going to hurt himself from it because he has before. I'm hoping that it will actually help reduce the amount of problems he has, because then he's actually got this way to clean himself instead of having to rely on me every summer rinsing him down with the hose in the backyard because he hates water and I can't wash him off in the bathroom because he would destroy the bathroom. So whenever I give him a bath, I have to wash him down with the hose. So the next thing actually happens to be kind of annoying. So what happened is the toilet in the bathroom I have out here is old, so it doesn't like to work right, just needs to be replaced. It's even broken a little, so I went in there. Normally I have to tap a little spot in the tank to make it so it actually starts filling up because it'll constantly drain because the stupid flapping thing doesn't block all the water, so it constantly drains and it'll refill. But the spot that was making it refill, it was just some weird round piece that goes on something instead of one of those balls that float. It was getting stuck, so it wouldn't actually fill the tank anymore, but that was easy to deal with by just tapping that whenever I needed to get the thing filled. That would actually save water. In a way, its fuck-ups got to a point where it helped with its other fuck-ups, but when tapping that thing down, it finally stopped filling with water, so that had to get replaced. I got a little pissed off, couldn't get the damn thing out. So I just broke the fucker out. Then I was able to get it out, and then it was a bit of a pain in the ass to get the other thing on the replacement because the toilet, again, it's old. It's got a retarded design too. So the little things that hold the flapper, like this arm, is supposed to go on this tube, and this tube has a thicker spot at the bottom and it has the arms built on, but those arms are broke off. So you can't actually just adjust the little flapper to go on those arms inside this tank of the toilet. So my dad had to use some crap from the shop and sort of make his own clamp to go around that area for the flapper to actually fit, because it wasn't able to fit, and it kind of sucked trying to get it on and off because the damn thing was made of rubber that barely fit around the smaller part of the tube anyways. So just pushing it down wouldn't work, pulling it back up, getting a little pissed, trying to figure out a way to get it to work right, pushing it all the way down, see if I can stretch it around the damn thing. Obviously it was way too damn tight anyways, so pull it back up again. Fucking thumbs were hurting because rubber doesn't like to slide when it's clamped on tight, but he ended up just using some piece of metal. I'm hoping it's just aluminum or something that isn't going to corrode like crazy in the water, but I don't know. So eventually that toilet might need to be replaced, but it's going to be kind of expensive, but it doesn't have to be yet, so yay. And the last thing, actually, another thing makes me kind of hate how old this house is. Every once in a while, this house gets one of two things. It gets either mice or it gets ants, unless you also count out here and then spiders as a third. It gets wolf spiders friggin' every year. It's annoying. So there wasn't a mouse this time. That actually would have been less annoying. Instead, there was ants again. And this place had ants when I was growing up, picking them out at food and everything. Ants stink. I don't know why a lot of people don't realize that ants have a very bad smell, but they stink. They also taste really bad. I've accidentally eaten them when growing up because picking them out of the food, picking them out of the sugar and everything, horrible. So they're not usually all that bad when they're actually out here. Normally it just takes one little thing of poison and they're gone within a couple days. So I put a thing of poison out the other day and they're almost all the way gone now, which is good. I'm gonna set out one more poison later today, and hopefully within the next few days they're gonna all just be gone. The amount of them is already less than half, so I'm guessing their queen is already dead and they're just slowly dying off. I don't know. I'm just gonna put that extra poison out just to be sure, because I really hate ants, and all they ever go after when they're out here happens to also just be empty pop cans, like this thing here. And they're always just in the kitchen, always after those empty pop cans in the kitchen, because I save those so my older brother can come by, get them, bring them, and recycle them, because otherwise I just throw them away. I don't really care to bring them and recycle them anywhere, but he could use the money because he's also on SSI, and he kind of asked me to save the pop cans for him anyways, so that's what I've been doing for years now. But whenever the ants are here, they're always after those cans, because I don't rinse them out, because that's annoying to rinse pop cans out every time I'm done with one, and trying to remember to do that is kind of annoying too. I think my mom and dad do that in the house though. I'll sometimes see cans stacked upside down in the sink, all wet and everything, just drying or dripping all the water out. I don't know if they even recycle them or not. They probably put them in plastic bags and put them somewhere outside, because there was a thing of cans in a plastic bag once that my mom had set out there, I guess for her friend to pick up so she could recycle, but whatever. I don't rinse mine out. I just put them in boxes and stack those boxes on the counter. So I could probably avoid some of the ants a little if I rinsed them out, but probably not, because after the stuff dries, then it takes quite a lot of water to actually get all the sugar off of the can anyways. So even since I had those ants, I started rinsing them out, pouring them out and everything, just rinsing them out thoroughly. I still couldn't get all the stuff off, so the ants would still climb around on those cans that I put on the counter. And that's pretty much it, actually. There's really nothing else that happened. Everyone is actually over camping at the coast right now, so I'm here alone. Yay! I guess if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know with a comment, like, subscribe, and or a share. For the few of you, maybe the one or two of you, if any of you who actually watched it all the way through, yay! That's rare. Good job. Thank you. I'll see you guys on some other video next week, or some other video some other time. I didn't get any more Skyrim recorded just yet because stuff happened that kind of prevented that. Partly it was my dog. He was whining because whenever he was laying down, it was hurting his leg. So he was whining. And there's a racetrack here in town. So, well, at the edge of town. I'm close enough to the edge of town that that sound actually gets picked up, and they race at night as well. So, and I only record at night, so I didn't record that night because there were cars racing at the racetrack. And this collar is looking weird. I don't know. One side isn't the same as the other for some reason. And I don't know if the buttons aren't wrong. I guess it just got squished wrong when I washed it. Whatever. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.